Yo, 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 going to turn on the music now, and hello there. Tomorrow is going to be a great stream, and for today, I'm going to be reviewing a shit ton of anime that I'm watching this season at least, or at least have been watching recently. Now, to do that, I'll be going through my Crunchyroll account, see what anime I've recently been watching, and then giving my short takes on them. Because I think I have a few hot takes. I might upload as videos later. I might just clip a few parts of this stream and then upload them later. So if you don't want to watch the entire stream, you'll just wait for that. All right. And there's water on my desk. That is tragic, man. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. There you go. It's a great, and as celebration for what's gonna be happening tomorrow, I can't wait for Persona 3 Reload to come out tomorrow. It's gonna come out, I think at 9 p.m. my time tomorrow, so it will be late. I won't be able to play as long, but needless to say, it starts tomorrow. And I can't wait. It's like a 96-hour game. 96 hours. That's freaking ridiculous. Anyway. Alright. With all that said, we got a few anime to cover. And don't mind me, I got my normal blue-ass shirt, you know. I may be in pajamas, but frankly, I don't give a shit too much. I did my hair a little bit, okay? That's the most you're going to get from me, you know? Alright. So, first one I've watched this season. Solo Leveling. Now, I don't like the fact that this website calls it this. Ore dake level up naken. That is fucking cringe. Hold up. Okay, it does the same thing for my anime list. You know what? I like the dark mode here. Are we able to make it dark mode on this? I'd probably have to make an account. That's too late. I'm too lazy for that. Solo Leveling. Recent episodes have been all right. What do people say? 4.2, 4.5, 4.3, 4.5. That basically sums up my thoughts on it. Like, I really could not recommend anyone I knew to watch this show when the first episode aired. It felt like you needed at least 3 episodes to get the general gist of how this show feels and how this whole thing works. But one thing I don't think that translates too well in the anime format is really how, I don't know. When I read the manhwa, I was able to binge a lot of Solo Leveling all at once. And I think the general vibe that I got was the satisfaction of seeing someone progress so quickly from being nothing to insanely OP super quickly. But the anime drags it out a shit ton, and we're only getting 12 episodes this season, which is frankly ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I gotta make sure that I can use this as a video, so. You know, I'm gonna turn off the music here. I'm turning off the music. Anyway, let me go back to here. Let me go back to here. The anime's so slow, I can't really stay engaged with it. I know that it's progressing things pretty fast relative to the manhwa, but the problem is the manhwa format, you're just able to scroll down and just easily read through episodes upon episodes of content within 10 minutes. And you can't really say the same here. You can't really say the same here. Yes, you did get like a very satisfactory, like very satisfying feel at the end of episode 4 where, oh, now he's able to throw a spear or throw a sword, a broken sword, at a monster in the normal human realm and be able to one-shot it instantly. And these guys, these D-class whatever the fuck, couldn't do shit to it. That's satisfying. But by now, if I was just reading the manhwa, I would have gone from that same thing to freaking him obliterating people, like the biggest bosses that even S-class heroes can't even achieve. And I feel like that same like speed of progression, they're not making up. I know you can't really do that in an anime, but they're not doing much to make up for the lack of pace. It's not really satisfying in my opinion. But it's still a good show. Animation's good. I mean, I wish it was a bit more stylized, but it's just really good quality animation, so I can't really complain too much about that. And I am very like weirded out by the fact that can we open up the freaking normal ass fuck. Okay. I'm still weirded out by the fact that we haven't yet seen like this like new design of the MC yet. Like I could have sworn we would have gotten there by episode 4, but apparently not. Apparently we'll get in episode 5. So I think it's episode 5. Anyway, whatever. It's a bit disheartening, but yeah, that's my take on solo leveling. Anyway, next up. We have, I'm gonna sort this by popularity instead of by, oh yeah, sort. There you go. Sort by members. That's easier. I watched Classroom of the Elite season 1. I thought it was mid. I wasn't interested enough to go through season 2 or season 3. I don't know. I might revisit that later. Mashle, I felt like with Mashle, I think I said this earlier with my Crunchyroll awards video, but my Crunchyroll awards stream. But with Mashle, I feel like they kind of repeat the same jokes. It falls under a similar category with Spy Family, except Mashle's a little bit funnier than Spy Family. It falls under the trap of repeating the same types of jokes of just guy being really, really OP and being in bizarre situations. I don't think they really branch off into any other characters falling under that absurd category. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think I watched like half of season 1 and I'm not interested in watching season 2. What is this? I want to watch this show, but I haven't yet. Delicious in Dungeon, I have been watching. Delicious in Dungeon's so fucking good, dude. Dungeon Meshi is nuts. I don't know why. I think it's a crime, the fact that it's rated a 7.71. It is so funny. It is so fucking well crafted, so well produced, so well directed. Characters are actually like interesting to interesting to watch. Not too complex. I mean, it's a comedy show, but I have a feeling it'll delve deeper into like more dark stories later on. I was told that that's the case, but especially since Studio Trigger picked this up. Studio Trigger doing a 24 episode series, that doesn't happen too often, but it's happening here. Why? Because they're cooking. They are literally cooking with Dungeon Meshi. They are literally cooking with Delicious in Dungeon, and I can't wait to see what they come up with. This is the highest recommend I could give this season. Highest recommend I could give this season. Super high quality. It's on Netflix. You can watch it. Chain Soldier. This is horny bait and a half. This is so overrated. Why the fuck do people like this? This is so mid. I can't, dude. The characters are boring. The story is so normal. It's so just not normal, but it's so cliche. It's so it doesn't really explore the side of like Like the main girl in this show has a really unique power that I wish they explored more. Let me go to here. Who's the main girl here? Uh, Kyoka Uzen. She has a really unique power that I wish they delved deeper into. I've only watched like 3 episodes. I dropped it because I have a lot more complaints about it, but they I wish they delved deeper into like her powers. You don't doubt you would I doubt you would delve deep into characters in this show, but at the very least, I wish you delved deeper into her powers, seeing like how they work, how you can abuse the system that she has like to a nth degree. But I don't know. She's super annoying. I watched the episode where like she's like the center girl in the show, and she was super annoying. People who argue that she was best girl, bro, she literally just bullies the main character all the time, constantly, just absolutely trolling them. She's basically Tectone if they were an anime girl, you know? It's fucking weird, bro. Just constantly trolling all the time. It's annoying. Stop it. Uh, I don't know, just little girl. I didn't nothing crazy there. I haven't seen anything with this girl yet. Maybe her character has been shown the spotlight so far, but overall, Chain Soldier, fucking don't watch it unless you're really, really horny. I don't know what else to say. A Sign of Affection, I have not been watching. I mean, if any of you recommend me to watch it, go ahead. Dangers in My Heart. Now, I got a recommendation to watch this show. I'm gonna go with the prequel because that's where I'm at. I was recommended to watch this show last stream when I was going through like the top romance anime of the year in 2023, and people were saying like, oh, why isn't this like nominated for best romance? Am I based to say that this show sucks? I've only watched like, let me see. I mean, maybe it gets better over time, but I swear I've watched it like up to episode 6 or episode 5 with the hopes that it got better. The side characters are annoying. The main character's annoying. Everyone's annoying except for the main girl who's like super cheerful and you can't really like get mad at that. But like, I swear every single character is super cringe in this show. Every single character is horny. Every single one. They literally can't look at a girl without like making fun of their breasts or something. It's really, really cringe. I hate watching this show. Am I the only person that like falls under this category of this is horny bait and a half and the freaking MC is annoying as shit? I swear I'm the only person who thinks this. Let me see. I don't know, man. I'm pulling something else up here. Oh my gosh. Do. Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. Yeah. I swear I'm the only person that freaking thinks that about this show. This show fucking is ass. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna make my head bigger. There you go. Big head, big head, big head. Actually, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. Maybe bringing this out to the side and making this a bit bigger. There you go. That works. Actually, no, it doesn't. You see like a black bar at the edge of the screen there. There you go. There you go. That works. You know, that works. Next up. What else we got? Blue Exorcist. I am not watching. I haven't watched. I watched like a few episodes of season 1 because a friend recommended it to me, but like I don't remember anything from it, so not watching that. If you okay, I swear, you guys have some of the weirdest recommendations sometimes. If you guys recommend this freaking show, tell me now, and I will disregard it. I don't know. So I mean, I'm thinking about watching it because like there's really nothing else to watch at the moment. Like no romance shows to watch at the moment. So I'm kind of just chilling. Is this a slice of life or romantic subtext? Cool. It's a comedy. Okay, it's a comedy. Okay, I might actually watch it. Because I had a feeling it was gonna be like super hard focus on romance and ugh. Anyway, next show. This show is extremely underrated, and I think everyone should watch it. If you're a subscriber to this channel, you are probably a fan of trash isekai, and this is the emphasis of trash isekai. Well, I want to say trash isekai. Trash isekai is emphasis on certain anime themes that I find very cliche and very freaking repetitive at times. This, however, takes Redo of Healer and makes it wholesome while at the same time interesting. It's just a better Redo of Healer. And why do I compare it to Redo of Healer? Because the MC is basically just an OP healer who can constantly heal his own body, so he will always have infinite stamina. He can always recover people's wounds almost instantly, and they abuse the shit out of that. So, I mean, like, it doesn't become so OP to the fact that he can heal the world and rewind time. Thankfully, it doesn't go to that extent, but it's still interesting, and I still enjoy it a lot. There's nothing really deep about this show. I don't think that there's nothing really deep about this show. Like, I don't think there's too much to say about the characters other than, oh, they're fun to watch. Oh, I think, like, this character has a cool design. This character's like has a cool personality. Rose is cool. Rose is cool. Definitely one of the highlights. She steals any scene she's in. This is a dweeb of a character. She's entertaining when she's on screen. It doesn't show up too often though. The main character is a bit bland, but it's fine for a protagonist for a quality or a show of this quality. It's all good. It's all solid aspects of the show. There's nothing too great about it, but everything's just solid. Animation's solid, characters solid for what it is. Show interesting. The show concept is interesting enough to keep watching every single week. So every episode of this airs 30 minutes before free run does. So I always watch this first, and then I just forget that free run is a thing because I watched this during my lunch hour, and it was just like, oh yeah, I got other shit to do, and then I just completely disregard free run. I completely disregard free run until like Saturday or something. I swear this thing airs right at the strike of noon. Anyway, next show. I tried watching this show. My friend said that the manga was really good. I tried watching this show. It just couldn't hold my interest past a single episode. I don't know. Maybe I'll continue watching it, but that rating does not strike me as interesting. That rating is like watch out, stay away. This is a warning. But I don't know. You shouldn't take freaking Mal reviews too seriously. I mean, Delicious in Dungeon's a freaking 7.7 when it should be a freaking 8 at least. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But usually when you reach like a certain bar, once you reach like 7.4, 7.5, it's actually an interesting show that you might want to watch occasionally. And then it's like if it's above 7.8 or 7.9, usually it's a show that you should definitely watch. Again, usually. Anyway, I watched like the first episode of this. First episode of the first season. Not interested. Watched a few episodes of the first season of this. Don't really care. Gushing Over Magical Girls is definitely a show. Um, Gushing Over Magical Girls is definitely a show that I recommend you watch with someone else. If you watch it by yourself, you'll feel extremely icky, but you can't help but laugh at like the absurdity of the shit that happens in this show. This show is so cringe at times. Yeah, in all the right ways if you're like laughing with someone else. It is so fun to laugh at. I mean, like, I wouldn't say it's laughing at as much as laughing with, because I'm pretty sure all the absurdist like visual humor is very much intended. Very much intended. I am pretty sure you're supposed to be laughing at the stuff that happens in the show. Otherwise, why would it be airing on Japanese TV? That's what I'm wondering. I don't know, man. This show is freaking cringe, but pretty damn fun to watch. I how many episodes we got? 13. How many episodes have aired? There should be more than that. Anyway, there should be more than 2. Anyway, yeah, this show, I recommend it if you have the stomach for it. It's a very ecchi show, and if you're not into extremely ecchi shit, then it's not like Mushoku Tensei ecchi. Mushoku Tensei ecchi is like tasteful. This is just not tasteful in the best of ways. It is excessive, but it knows when to stop. It teeters on the border of being too cringe to watch. It teeters on the border really well. I got a okay. I got a DM. I was reading it. But yeah, great show. Highly recommend. Next up, we got instant death ability so overpowered no one in the world stands a chance against me. Now, how many episodes have aired on this? Holy shit, I need to watch this. Yeah, I haven't watched this. That title sounds so awful. I need to watch it. And combined with that rating, I need an opinion on this show. I need an opinion on this show. Why didn't I watch it before doing this stream? I mean, I didn't plan on doing this stream till 30 minutes ago, so, or well, an hour ago, so there you go. This thing's getting caught on something. Anyway, this show's very good. Again, once you reach that 7.8, 7.9 category, this is a show that you need to watch, and it definitely holds true here. At least, like, try watching. It definitely holds true here. This show is so interesting. I didn't think that. Okay, I fall into that trap where all time travel shenanigans, like, for some reason, this interests me a shit ton. I don't know why, but for some reason, all my favorite shows, all my favorite series somehow includes time travel. Some way, somehow finds a way. I mean, I thought I got away from that with falling in love with Mushoku Tensei and their light novels, but nope. Nope. Anime finds a way to include time travel in anything, you know? Yeah, okay, dude. I mean, hey, there's a few, but I don't know. Trash. What do you say? This is trash? No, this is extremely high quality. It interests me a lot in how the main character conducts herself with how this is like the 7th time loop that she's in, and how everyone thinks that her behavior is very like odd. And I know that sounds like a cliche in anime, but it works so well here. I don't know why. It just interests me a lot. Hold up. Gotta close that window to prevent people from hearing me outside. Anyway, it is late. Anyway, Yeah, this show, highly recommend. I don't think I really need to tell you all that much other than the villain enjoys a carefree life, married to her worst enemy. I mean, her worst enemy is extremely, like, overpowered. He's an extremely good swordsman, and it's like, wow, what the fuck? Why are we? Why? I am intimidated that this character is even close. Here comes the 8th time loop. We're gonna restart now. And the comedy just lands in this show too. It's really good. Timing's excellent. Comedic timing's excellent. The performances are solid enough. I don't think anyone's like going too crazy here. But I think this is a sleeper hit. I really enjoyed it. Metallic Rouge. I have not watched the show. I have not watched this show. The show right here. Right here. I have not watched it. We shall continue. I've been watching this show weekly. Yeah. Another trash isekai. And would I say it's as high quality as the Healer anime? No. Is it more fun to watch? Yes. I don't know, man. Power fantasies are extremely fun to watch. I don't know. And I feel like this anime does the power fantasy element better than solo leveling. Am I a freaking weird? Am I too based for that opinion? Am I too based? I think I am. In I think this show, by instantly starting at level 99, or like the maximum OPness that you could possibly imagine, starting off at like the max from the jump in a random Otome game, just hilarity ensues. Everyone is so salty on this character. Everyone's an idiot in this show. This guy, idiot. Freaking this girl, an idiot. This guy, an idiot. Fucking, where is he? Why do I have to scroll all the way down? Okay, yeah, because no one likes him. This guy, an idiot. This is organized by favorites. No wonder Edwin has no favorites. No one likes him. Wow, crazy. Yeah, this is I really enjoy this. I mean, the main character is very, very fun. Her dynamic with everyone, her inner monologues are very fun to listen to. She just flat out just says, "Wow, this guy's stupid. Wow, that guy's stupid as well." Just always, constantly calling all these Otome game characters stupid, but also not being stupid enough to react to anyone else's weird freaking, when I say outlandish, probably not, considering that she is like really outlandishly strong. Outlandish. I'm not going to repeat that word again. But everyone makes assumptions about her being like the demon lord and stuff because how powerful she is, how that she uses dark magic. And it's like, oh, well, dark magic, evil looking, therefore might be the hidden demon lord, maybe, perhaps. I don't know. She might be. Who knows? But no, she's the hidden boss at the end of the game, and she's hoping to not die by the time the game is supposed to end. So, she tries to survive and tries to change the story in a way that she survives in the end. Now, are there any other shows I've been watching? Any others? I don't think so. I think we're pretty far down enough to say that I have not been watching any of these shows. Yeah. So those are my anime recommendations. So overall, Solo Leveling, you can watch it. It's mid. Dungeon Meshi, very, very good. Highly recommend. Chain Soldier over here. Not interesting. Very, very, very ecchi. Very horny. Only watch if you're really, really horny. Dangers in My Heart. A lot of people like this show. Dangers in My Heart. A lot of people like this show. I don't understand why. I really don't understand why. It's very weird. I think every single character in that show is very cringe, and the writing doesn't make up for it. It really just doesn't. I don't know. It's not interesting. Not interesting. Super cringe. You can't watch it anymore. Healing show. Very, very good. Highly recommend watching this. Yeah. And then Gushing Over Magical Girls. Gushing Over Magical Girls. Gushing Over Magical Girls. Ecchi, but done right. Right enough to a point where it's a very, very good comedy. You laugh at it. But I question if it's at it and not with it. Seventh Time Loop, very, very good. I mean, I'd rather not spoil, because like a lot of what I enjoy about the shows are like the small bits, and I'd rather not spoil those small bits. But the title of the show freaking sells the synopsis already. If you're interested in that, just know that it's a good show. Again, the title of the show summarizes it to the best of better than I can, and it's an absurd comedy power fantasy that is very, very fun to watch. I highly enjoy it. And that's it. Bane. Those are my anime recommendations this season. Turn back on the music. Oh man, Persona 3. Can't wait for that thing to start, you know? Can't wait to start playing that. I was playing Persona 3 Portable on this YouTube channel earlier, and I couldn't get through all of it because I had a feeling that there's going to be a remake, and I have a feeling like, oh man, it's not really holding my attention too well. It seems that the game seems a bit dated, but the story's so damn good. I should keep going. And then it's not really like it's not the gameplay that held it back for me. It was really the freaking graphics. I don't know, man. Like the PS2 PSP, not PS2, the PSP graphics, you know, like it's all in a light novel, displayed like a light novel instead of like a normal Persona game like Persona 4 or Persona 3 Fez. It's not really displayed like that. And instead it was just like, it was just done like really weird, and it's displayed all in a light novel, just walls of text being thrown at you with no visual appealing elements to it. Just picture of character, bottom text. Not much happens in the freaking game enough to grab your attention to read it like a visual novel. There's not much happening. So not much happening all the time. So like Persona 3 Portable, I don't know about that, chief. But yeah, Persona 3 Reload gonna be great. What else did I say we were gonna go over today? Let me go back over here and check out. I said what I was gonna do in the description. Genshin community is on fire. And also Mushoku is dead. Do I talk about Mushoku Tensei or do I talk about Genshin Impact? Fucking hell, man. It's tough. Tough decisions. Tough decisions, man. Tough decisions. I feel like we can probably talk about Genshin Impact, maybe. Let me pull up a comment that I had here. Unfortunately, YouTube's freaking way of tracking your comments is not the best. Oh, great. Oh my gosh. Hold up. I'm gonna change it so that it shows... It's not YouTube Music. It is... Cancel. There you go. Apparently got 2 notifications, probably from my latest response. Let me fit all this to screen, but apparently Tectone made a video about his drama already, and there's still other drama alongside the main drama I'm talking about that I criticize. You'll see. Wow, that's crazy. People are actually like referring to my comments. All right, let me. I have to go to the actual video here. History, fucking. There you go.
This is crazy.
So basically, this guy I watch, Tectone. This guy I used to watch Tectone. He calls out a bunch of well, right now the Genshin community is on fire because the MiHoYo, the people who create Genshin, aren't making enough rewards for their people. They're not making enough rewards, and a lot of people like Tectone voice out about it, even though they don't play the game. But you know, you can complain about a game even though you're not playing it, especially if you were an old fan. You know, I mean that's the case with Tectone. Tectone used to play it all the time. You know, justified in complaining about it. It's not like he hasn't played the game. But there seems to be a freaking problem with Tectone always baiting drama wherever he goes. Now, a lot of people say that he doesn't bait drama, and I get it. I don't think he intentionally baits drama, but yeah, he might. It falls under a weird cycle that he continuously goes under by not listening and not engaging in genuine conversations with the people he complains about. It's weird. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself here. Let's go over to MTash's channel and go over, because this is where I first heard about it. All right. So it's before this point here that I had an issue with. I'm gonna turn off the freaking... I mean, I think we can all learn on how to conduct ourselves in front of other people, or just with people on the internet. Hopefully make the whole internet a more not cringe place to go down and look at the comments and not freaking constantly see like echo chambers upon echo chambers and
get called out and your behavior gets addressed. I'm sorry that you hate who you are. It's not my fault.
Oh fuck, dude. Jeez. I'm getting bombarded with being Tectoned here. Hold up.
I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. The fat, nasty bitches. And I don't give a if you think that's mean. I don't care. These people have pissed me off for 3 years.
Why is he's getting so salty?
What they don't get is I get motivated by people with me. It's been that way since day one, since I was a little kid. When my parents told me Pokemon didn't exist.
Well, what did you do to your parents?
When my parents told me Pokemon didn't exist, do you know how angry that made me? Now, anyways, I'm not saying this is all gacha creators.
Oh, I thought there was gonna be more to that.
The only ones I'm saying are the ones who say this and then do that. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I would have like freaking, dude. If I believe Pokemon existed, I mean, like I did at one point, and someone had to flat out tell me, bro, you're wasting your time digging a groundhog hole thinking Rayquaza's in it. Freaking like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, bro? Stop it. I was said, no, you're just a hater. I know, cringe, right?
I'm sorry. If you think that I'm making fun of you because you say this and then you do that, you shouldn't be getting angry at me. You should be getting angry at yourself. Because
is it bad that I'm just like apathetic to it all? Like I'm in the mountains chilling and I saw the drama and I was like,
What is this? Where's like?
Good luck, everybody. I hope things work out for you. I don't know. It's like I just feel like they're not gonna listen to me.
I mean, is he even talking about the person I'm like thinking of here?
You're making yourself do that. It's not me. I don't get why people go after people. Like, what is the point? I feel like the comments industry is in the right. Techtone's always right, though. People go after me because they want to just live their life in delusion. And when I call out the bullshit, it makes them angry. When I say, hey, man, your car's got a flat tire, when they're about to go to the movie theater and,
Man, all these analogies are really freaking. Just say what's
oh,
happening.
man, now I can't go to the movie theater. I got a flat. Hey, you, Tectone, you should have let me drive. It's not my fault. Sorry, man. I'm just letting you know there's an issue. I didn't pop.
Tectone, are you not playing 4.4 because you hate the community, or people that say they're not going to play and then they're playing? I feel like we started cooking at the beginning, and now I'm wondering where you're going with this. I feel like your rage is taking over a little bit.
Pop your tire. It's insane. Like, I mean this genuinely. Imagine getting so upset when someone just says, hey, man, these are the actions that you took. Not baseless claims. With actual proof. This is what you're doing. And that makes you so upset that you have to go online and talk about how I'm like Adolf Hitler. That's insanity. I don't give a what anybody says since day one, and I never will. Everyone else is wrong except for me. And
My guy!
Because it is. But I mean this genuinely when I say this. There is a new breed of content creators that are coming up that are some of the best people that I've ever met. Genuinely. There is still hope for this community because they're all
There's still hope for this community. There's still hope for every single community. I don't know
people
what
who
the
are willing
fuck.
to state their ideals and stick to them.
He's
I mean,
mad
I'm
with
not-
Envy's tweet and clip. What? Let me see.
Okay. He's mad about this. No, I mean, it took 23 minutes to get to this point. You know, a bit weird. I didn't watch it. I'm not watching that entire thing. Well, I did watch the entire thing. I had it on in the background as I worked, but you know, it was a very, very strong distraction. But you know, it's too bad. I mean, I guess. Fuck. I'll try not to listen to freaking drama videos again as I work. But you know, mistakes were made. Ironic how people are attacking the guy who is free to play and doesn't spend money on Genshin. So people are saying like that more content creators need to talk about this issue where there's not being as many rewards thrown out to the main player base in Genshin Impact as there should be. Like for example, for recently, the Chinese New Year about to start. Chinese New Year celebration about to start. 3 years of Genshin Impact has happened already, and as thank you for 3 years of support, Genshin's giving everyone 3 additional summons on the game. You need like 76 to get like a 50-50 chance of getting a character you want. So overall, it's like 140 summons to actually get a character you want. So 3 summons is barely not anything. And usually they give out like 10, and they're giving out 10 this Chinese New Year, but instead they're giving 10 plus 3. Well, even more technically. Technically, they already give out an additional 3 summons every single year. They just don't phrase it like this. And now they're phrasing it like in this certain way. Anyway, it's very strange. But anyway. Ironic how people are attacking the guy who is free to play and doesn't spend money on Genshin. People are telling him, hey, you should make a video about this. One was on vacation, so I had to be filled in with what was going on. 2, 1-star reviews or unfollowing Genshin won't do shit. What changed? Stop spending money. Big companies only listen to money. I think this is a very valid take. Very valid take. Reload hype, true. I'm going to be streaming it tomorrow. So if you're not going to play Persona 3 Reload because it's $70 and that is extremely expensive, thankfully, Christmas money. But if you're not going to play it, I'll be playing it. I'll be playing it tomorrow, plenty. But right now I gotta go through a Genshin Impact controversy because like I got a vent, you know. I'm too engaged with this. I got a vent at some point, and usually the best way to get over this shit is to vent and have a normal conversation with someone else, and either to a blank wall or someone, but do it out loud because it helps. That's what I've found out. Do it out loud even if they're not listening to you, you know? You got 2 people in here. I don't care if you guys aren't listening to me, you know? I just want to vent. But, what changed? Stop spending money. Big companies only listen to money. I mean, that's true. You can have like 1-star reviews in the Google Play Store, and people will still download your game if word of mouth's good enough that people actually like listen to you. People actually want to play your game, so it's weird. And I have Game Pass, and it will be there. That's a good. I forgot about Game Pass, but I like owning my games, so yeah. And I don't like having my save file committed to Game Pass, so I'd have to constantly resubscribe to Game Pass in order to keep my save file. I feel like that's gonna hold me hostage, and I don't like that. So I like having it on Steam, so that way it's consolidated, and also possibly getting it on the Steam Deck if I ever do get it on Steam. I'm playing on long term here, okay? Steam Deck's $600. I'm probably not going to get a Steam Deck for another few years, okay? But when I do, I'll be able to play Persona 3 Reload very easily on that. And also, I'll probably play it for a lot more than like a few months. And granted, you'd have to be holding Xbox Game Pass 7 months in order for it to be like not worth just buying the game flat out. But like, dude, there's gonna be those times where you're just like, 1 week you're playing Persona 3 Reload a shit ton, and then like 3 months pass, you haven't played it at all, and then you come back to it, bang, another week, you know. But since I'm gonna be streaming it, I'm gonna be like just binging the shit out of it. It's a 96-hour game, dude. Like, I don't know how fast I'm going to get through it, but I'm going to try to get through it as fast as I can, dude. This is, dude, I know it's a story-based game, and it might not be great for streaming, but I don't fucking care, dude. This is for those people who can't play the freaking game and just want to play with, and just want to watch someone else do it. Or just for the sake of it, just freaking record keeping my reaction to things, you know? I haven't finished the Persona 3 Portable. I went through like half of the game, I think, and I watched the movies. So I know what happens, but even if you know what happens, it's still going to be delivered in a very polished, very good way. And also, the game is super fun. If I found Persona 3 Portable's gameplay to be fun and people complain about it, and then they made a ton of improvements on top of that, like I like the randomized the dungeon crawling aspect, so I like that. So if they improved it instead of redoing it completely, if they improved it, ooh, it's a spicy meatball. By the way, what's the Genshin drama? Never played it. Everyone says Genshin could never. The Genshin could never thing. So I play Honkai Star Rail like all the time, and it's another game made by Hoyoverse, made more recently. They gave everyone a 5-star like maximum rarity character for free, just flat. They gave it to everybody in one of the patches, and everyone and Genshin, the Genshin community always gets shafted in rewards. So in this situation, most recently, for the 3rd Chinese New Year celebration that Genshin's doing, they're giving everyone, for their commitment of 3 years, 3 years of continued support, they're giving everyone 3 pulls. Now it costs 140 pulls to get a character like the one that Honkai Star Rail gave to everyone for free. It takes around 144 pulls with the worst luck to get the character you want. A maximum rarity character with pity. Now that is 3 pulls is not that much at all, and people are really upset about that. So the Chinese community is like blasting reviews, freaking like going ham on this shit. They are boycotting the shit out of the game. Now maybe not all of them uninstalled the game. I did that a while ago, even before this drama. I just never played it, and I needed room for Baldur's Gate 3, so I uninstalled Genshin, and I was like, you know what, chill. I'm not playing that game for a while. So I uninstalled it then, and this is basically, people are criticizing some content creators for not spreading the word about this, saying that, hey, I'm in support of better rewards, and the people in Genshin community should be rewarded for their continued playing of this game or whatever. It's not a super serious issue. It's really not. But reading this again, this guy who's free to play, doesn't spend any money at all. People are berating him for not making a video on this. It says, how ironic people are attacking a guy who is free to play and doesn't spend any money on Genshin. one was on vacation, so had to be filled in with what was going on. 2, 1-star reviews are unfollowing Genshin, won't do shit. What changed? Stop spending money. Big companies only listen to money. That is true. That is fact. I don't. Okay, I also started to play Honkai Star Rail so long ago, and Dr. Ratio is so good. I have yet to build Dr. Ratio because I'm trying to make Kafka as OP as possible for freaking the new character that comes out. Nihility freaking wind user. I forgot. Black Swan. So this is in response to the guy saying, "Hey, Envy, how long are you going to remain as the only content creator not addressing the Genshin situation? I don't think he will. He actively stays out of any negativity. Coward or what? That's for everyone to think. Me, kind of disappointed." That's what he's responding to. People are saying like he's a coward for doing this and all that shit.
I mean, that's also like I was in the mountains, I was in the mountains, so it's like I didn't respond right away. People were asking me too. It's like, where's your response? But
and it's weird because like this is true. This is 100% true. You can have like a 1-star on the Google Play Store, and that won't do anything for your game if you're popular enough. That doesn't really change anything. It really just like for random people who don't know much at all about your game, they look at it and they're like, "That's weird. Why is it 1-star?" Whatever, I'll just play it anyway. It looks good. We'll see what it's about. That's usually how it goes. And I don't think 1-stars will do really anything. And really what hurts the company and what makes them listen is affecting their pocket, is hurting their wallets. Not using your wallets to not fund their project. Instead, using server space constantly to do this. But the problem is, for someone of Enviosity's scale, with someone as big of a content creator as he is, the more he plays Genshin, the more he commits to playing Genshin without addressing any negative issues or any negative situation that's currently out there. Encourages people only within his circle to just continue spending on the game, even if he is a free-to-play player. Like, your viewers probably aren't, so it's freaking weird. But
anyways, also imagine believing Hoyoverse listens to anyone but their CN player base. Let's be real. This is an intro.
Yeah, I don't know if it actually follows the CN player base, but it seems that way. Like, CN player base is the Chinese player base, and since it's a Chinese game, they typically you listen mostly to your local audience as like testing grounds to see like how much people are actually listening or how much people are actually like receptive of your product. Usually you typically look within your inner circle mostly, and that's what Genshin does mainly. But this is such an international game, and like they get so much money from globally. Like I don't think they only listen to their Chinese player base. Maybe more so, but I think it's a bit of a reach to say they only listen to their CM player base. I'm not too committed in Genshin, so I don't think so. Anyway, let's read Tectone's statement response to this. Couple of things. One, first off, 2 guys tweet with 4 likes each hardly constitutes an attack. I don't think the scope of someone's tweet or the amount of likes, it counts as like, it doesn't degrade from someone's comment. It really doesn't. I could come in here and just say like, oh, Tectone bad, and it gets or Tectone is an asshole, it gets like 2 likes, but it doesn't like take away from the fact that I said Tectone is an asshole or anything like that. I still said it. And does that count as an attack? I think so. I think reviews have a lot of weight by deciding on whether you try it or not. Like, imagine you have to choose between 2 brass. The problem is, though, Genshin Impact is like a very unique game, and not many people like. It's a very popular game, so large, and when your game becomes so large, the reviews don't matter at that point. It really doesn't. It's basically just word of mouth. When your game becomes popular, where you rely on word of mouth, reviews matter less and less. That's what I think. It's not like you have an alternative to Genshin Impact. There's really no alternative. Usually it's just like something less popular and less polished. And usually the popularity indicates that it's pretty polished. It has 4.5 stars and another 2 stars. Which one do you pick? I mean, I'm not against review bombing Genshin. I'm not against it. I mean, like, it's so large to the point that if it does negatively affect it, it's not going to negatively affect it to the point that, like, their servers are going to go down. So, yeah, I'm fine with negative review bombing it, but I think it still points out the fact that I still think that since it's a free-to-play game, I still think that not spending any money on the game hurts them more so than review bombing it with just one star review. I don't, or even a 2-star review. I don't think that's necessarily the don't bomb Google Classroom. Google Classroom sucks, dude. I think that deserves a review bomb, honestly. But Tectone typically takes things like to the nth degree again. First off, 2 guys tweets with each 4 likes hardly constitutes an attack. I already addressed that. I understand you may not want to weigh in, but actively advocating and dismissing anyone. I understand you may not want to weigh in, but actively advocating and dismissing anyone else's attempts at bettering the game and communicating with the company is not beneficial at all. I don't think he's saying anything against the people who are. I think he's just saying, like, the better way to affect this issue is by not spending any money on the game. He's making his own statement by saying that you guys should probably just not spend any money. I assume there are some people who make a video about it, but yet still spend money on the game, and in effect turns their audience into spending money in the game. I think that's like the situation here, and I don't think he's at fault for saying anything like that. Twitter threads, am I right? I barely use Twitter. That's why I'm using this as a freaking reference. I like Mtash a lot. If you're into Honkai Star Rail or Genshin Impact, he makes some good videos on it. 3, you may be free to play on Genshin, but you actively do account summons on other people's accounts, which does spend money Hoyo versus way. Not saying that I'm not guilty, but I don't pretend to be innocent. I don't think it's just doing summons on other people's accounts. I think just playing the game in general encourages people to engage with the game more, and therefore, like, if you engage with the game a lot more, you tend to be more lenient on freaking spending money on a gacha game. The more dependent you are on it for your free time, for spending for entertainment value, the more you are likely to spend money on it. That's what I think. There are those rare exceptions where people are just free to play 24/7. Like me. Very weird ego that takes saying you're the only person who doesn't deserve any criticism. I don't think so. It's weird that I don't think he's saying he's the only person. He says that ironic how people are attacking the guy who is free to play and doesn't spend any money on Genshin. He's just saying the guy. I mean, like, if he's just like saying that, just if it sounds like that's just him saying that, I mean, it does sound like it, but it's vague enough to the point where I don't think it was intentional. He's not the only free to play streamer. That's freaking weird to say. I mean, that's delusional to say. But you must understand that player retention is a huge deal for negotiation. Oh wait, no, wrong one. Not a good look. Just, yeah, sure. 5, constantly playing the game and advocating for free to play is fine. But you must understand that player retention is a huge deal for negotiating investors sponsoring and investing in your game. That's why having free-to-play players is so important, because free-to-play increase player retention, which increases money, and whales give money directly. I think there's scales to like how much you support a gacha company. I think top level is whaling on the gacha game. Mid level is like kind of sort of giving money to the game and like being a regular in the community. And then like the bottom level is like being free to play constantly, occasionally going into the game, or even like actively going into the game, but like not really engaging with the community all that much, not spreading the word about the game at all, and just being by yourself, being completely free to play, taking up server space, giving them retention, but not doing too much. I think there's scales to this. And I think what Enviosity is saying the most is that the best way to not support them is by not spending any money. That takes you from the top tier of supporting Genshin all the way down to the bottom tier, or maybe the second tier. But there's like a huge ass gap between the second tier and like the tippy top tier of the people who spend thousands of dollars on Genshin Impact versus the people who spend like $10 or are active in the community. Final thoughts: it's 100% okay for any creator to not weigh in on the subject, especially if they actually like the game. But pretending to like the game and not ask for improvements to keep face is never beneficial, and I think it's important to be honest with your community. But please don't dismiss all over CN and Global's efforts as wasted. Very disrespectful. Truly a sad day on Twitter. It's not a sad day. That's not what. I think the CN joke is like a jab. It's just like a quick jab and saying like, your words don't really mean anything. It's just a joke. I don't think he was actually being serious when he says that. And I don't think it's fair to say that like pretending to like the game and not ask for improvements to keep face. I watched Tectone stream, and his response to this, he said like people who don't post anything on YouTube about like the criticisms of the game, they tend to localize all their complaints on their Twitch streams and never post it on YouTube, and therefore like not as many people know about it. And I'm like, I mean, I guess. Again, I feel like you have the right to say like, oh, I dislike the game, but like it's going to hurt my channel if I talk negative about the game on YouTube, so I'm not going to do that. I think that's fine. You could do that. Can't really like tell people what to do. That's freaking weird. But if you're saying like it's 100% okay to not weigh in, especially if you like the game, you can not weigh in. It's 100% okay to not weigh in, and you don't like the game. You're not obligated to say anything. You're not. You're not obligated to say anything. If you're too lazy to make a video, who gives a shit? Doesn't matter. But he has a Twitch clip here that he points out to here.
Why do I have people on Twitter trying to tell me, Envy, why are you not speaking up about it? As if a YouTube video is going to do anything about it. As if 1 star in Google Classroom is going to do anything about it.
I think a video would actually do a lot to prevent people from spending money on the game, and might actually cause people to uninstall. I don't really get it. Why does it matter so much for one guy who didn't make a video about Genshin bad, Star Rail good? It's not Genshin bad, Star Rail good. Right now it's just Genshin bad. Right now it's just people complaining about this content creator not making anything about Genshin bad, but still continuing to play Genshin, acting like everything's fine on their YouTube channel. Maybe they're making complaints about it on Twitch, but entirely on their YouTube channel, there's nothing negative to say about it. And again, you're not obligated to say anything. Like, who gives a shit?
As if unfollowing Genshin Impact is going to do anything about it. I should be the only motherfucker getting praise in the Genshin community because I don't spend money on Genshin Impact. If you want a company like Choreoverse to actually listen to you and let you and listen to your concerns on what you want with the game, quit spending money on the game.
I mean, like, again, like, people tend to, like, say, like, they're the only person doing this or they're the only person doing that, typically because they're frustrated and they feel like the entire world's against them. That's usually the case. They feel like they're alone in this situation. They're really not. There's plenty of people who play Genshin Impact for free. Don't spend any money at all. So it's like, saying that, it's a spur of the moment thing. You have to be like really like, you have to be like really like generous with some people being in the heat of the moment. You have to be generous with them. You have to be really like calm when analyzing their argument. You view it from a general perspective, and what they're saying is that the most effective way of boycotting the game, the biggest step you could take is by not spending any money on the game. Then it's uninstalling, then like review bombing it, whatever. The biggest step you could take is by not spending any money on the game, which is totally fair. I think that's the biggest, like, I think that's an undisputed statement. I don't think anyone disagrees with that.
A company like Choreoverse to actually listen to you and let you and listen to your concerns on what you want with the game, quit spending money on the game.
Okay. Techie calling him out, saying, I mean, that argument there is like he's saying, okay, the potential bot tweets don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? Is like droves of people tweeting like, Genshin, you're greedy. Doesn't
I already gave my take about this. I already listened to this. So going back to here,
You're making yourself do that. It's not me. I don't get why people go after people. Like, what is the point? I feel like the competition is using the right. Techtone's always right, though. People go after me because they want to just live their life in delusion. And when I call out the bullshit, it makes them angry. When I say, hey, man, your car's got a flat tire, when they're about to go.
but you look at this freaking tweet here. You complain about not, like, you instigated this. You're the person pointing out that what you're doing right here, completely invalid. You should not be a person to do this, and you're assuming a lot of things about them too by doing this. I don't think Tectone knows Enviosity all that well. And if he regularly watches his streams, like, maybe he understands like how they behave, but like, again, like, you have no right to say what they post and what they don't post. It's really weird. I don't think you have any right to say that. And then going back to the latest one.
Hey.
I'm not going on my Twitter account because I have a feeling I might dox myself by going on my Twitter. Maybe. I don't think I'm signed in on this browser. That's why I'm skeptical about going on my Twitter. So I'm not going on my Twitter. I'm using this video as as the recorder, sort of. So I'm not going to cover his face because, well, it's his video. If you want to watch it, go watch it. So MTash, there you go. Here's the Tectone cycle. If you enjoy a game, enjoy it, but implies to his audience content creators are just faking enjoying it. I get for some people this is their livelihood, but makes a video calling content creators hypocrites for continuing their livelihood. Dox yourselves to the whole lot of 2 viewers. Dude, like, I don't care if it's just to 2 viewers. I really don't. I am very, very hesitant on doing that shit. I don't care. If it's out on the internet, it's out. It's public. Even if you, like, unlist it, it's still out there. Unless you privatize this, which I don't want to do because I've been talking too much about this. I've been talking too much about this for it to be privatized. Oh man. Now let's argue these 2 points here. If you enjoy the game, enjoy it. He did say this in his last tweet, but implies to the audience that content creators are just faking enjoyment. He does imply this, and I don't think he really proves it, but it's very easy to say. So in his stream, he says that, and I can't quote 100%. I don't know how Twitch clips work, so it's very difficult for me to say. Typically, Tecton's videos are very edited together, and you can't really take the good bits out of his stream on YouTube videos, so I don't really look at his YouTube videos as reference. But I did watch his stream, some of his latest stream, and he did say that content creators are faking enjoyment. And the reason how he knows this is because if you go into their stream, they're constantly complaining about the game. But if you go onto their YouTube, it tells a completely different picture. I mean, I feel like he could say that. Faking enjoyment, I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that other people are faking their enjoyment. You could definitely say that. I don't think anyone should take personal offense to that. I get for some people this is their livelihood, but makes a video calling content creators hypocrites for continuing their livelihood. I remember him saying a lot of times that if you don't like Genshin Impact, don't play the game. So, and he definitely has said, I get for some people this is their livelihood, meaning that they rely on Genshin Impact so much for good views on Twitch. So scripted videos being different from live commentary? No way. I know, seriously. But it's not just that. It's like you have a completely different tone on videos than how you do on stream, which is totally fine to do in my opinion. If you're more successful on YouTube because you convey yourself a certain different way, if you convey yourself a different way in YouTube videos and you're getting success out of that, like I mean, like why wouldn't you just continue doing what you've been doing, conveying positivity? I don't see why you would make a negative video then. Read it all.
Also, know that.
Read it all, he says. I will read it all. Man contradicts himself constantly in order to cover his ass, but then ignores his own contradictions to passively aggressively slander content creators. Lamau. He definitely does provide nuanced takes. Outside of like his like joking attitude a lot. He definitely does this a lot. He's very obnoxious in the spur of the moment, and people take those parts like really seriously, and he does say that he's serious during some of those parts. And in a lot of parts he conveys a serious tone, and he does say things that are contradictory. So he is contradicting himself, which can rile up people. If you believe these content creators really hate the game, say it. Stop saying, oh, if you really enjoy the game, enjoy it. Then turn around and passively aggressively call content creators fake. Again, people take too much offense to being called fake. Just ignore it. I mean, I know that like this might hurt. If you just, okay, I can understand why this might hurt people. Especially if their livelihood's on the line here. So if a big content creator in the space, in the Genshin Impact tag, whether or not he's streaming Genshin Impact anymore, he's still a big in Genshin Impact. He still has a big say in the Genshin Impact space. So if he calls someone out to be fake, that might actually affect their traffic. It might actually do it. But like, so I can understand why it might be an issue if a big content creator calls them fake. It's like, but to defend yourself, you gotta say like, bro, I convey myself differently in certain spaces, bro. It's my choice. Leave me out of this sort of deal. Just because you cannot fathom they might be enjoying it does not mean you know they aren't. Again, his argument is saying that they could behave differently when they're actually playing the game on stream versus YouTube. And like, I know that. So for example, more recently, I am a Ravens fan. I am a Baltimore Ravens fan. We got fucking smoked in the AFC Championship game. This is NFL. This is football, by the way. Just clearing up the air. I can constantly criticize their play. Constantly berating the game for how much was wrong with it. But I still like the game. I still like the team. It's like more recently, I just saw a review of the more recent Shin Godzilla or Godzilla, the more recent Godzilla movie. I don't think it's Shin Godzilla. I think it's called something else. I forgot. But they were during the review, they were constantly berating it for its mistakes, constantly, and at the end they say 9 out of 10. You can love something but still constantly criticize it. That's still a thing. So if you see that they are conveying themselves differently in a space, constantly criticizing the game on stream and then portraying themselves differently on YouTube, that doesn't necessarily mean they're faking it. You can't really assume that. It might be just that they're more critical in the spur of the moment, but when they're making an actual video, like you said, scripted videos, but I don't think they're scripted usually, but whatever. When they put themselves in a video, they try to portray themselves differently, and they're conveying their love for the game. Or they might be faking it. You don't know.
And full. If you enjoy the game, enjoy it, then turn it in my take it one way.
I'm gonna pause it so I don't have to hear the audio. I'm trying to scroll down far enough so I can see the full tweet. If you say Genshin content creators are hypocrites, you literally said, sure, there are some CCs that should not leave Genshin because I'll be leaving. Because I'll be real, Genshin made them, and there's nothing wrong with that, which makes up 99% of the largest content creators in the space. Might not be 99%, might be a majority of content creators in the space. But, like, I don't, Sure, there are some content creators that should not leave, just not leave Genshin. Because I'll be real, Genshin made them. He constantly telling them to. Okay, I see where you're saying that. They're. I see what's hypocritical about this quotation. He's saying that you say that it's fine for some content creators to leave Genshin, but at the same time, they should. It's fine for some of them to not leave Genshin, but at the same time, they should leave Genshin. Maybe that's what he's saying. I don't think he's ever said that, though. I don't think he's ever said that they should leave Genshin ever. I don't watch enough Tectone, but like, literally his reaction to this was fucking so cringe. Anyway. Tectone guy looks interesting, hates Genshin, but almost all of his recent posts are Genshin. Is that true? All
right, Chad, good morning.
Genshin. Well, that's recently. There's like big Genshin drama lately. Jeez, he posts a lot, dude. Maybe I should post like this. Jeez, oh. Six agents is one guy addressing Genshin Impact community. Eula mod. Genshin. That's a gotcha podcast. Honkai Star Rail. Genshin. Vince McMahon, that shit's crazy. Not Genshin. Genshin. Genshin content creators, but I won't consider that as Genshin. Honkai Star Rail, Genshin. There's a lot of Genshin. He says he doesn't play Genshin that much anymore, but like you should certainly talk about it a lot. Holy shit, bro. Can you, like, please load? Load! I need to see. I need to see. I need to see. Must consume drama.
In the space.
But yeah, I feel like this statement right here is a bit off. And then, okay, I can see the whole tweet here. You acknowledge for the biggest Genshin content creators that this is their livelihood, but you call them hypocrites for choosing to keep their livelihood intact. Yeah, I think he's linking two different concepts here. I think he's linking the sustaining their constant revenue stream related to Genshin Impact on their YouTube channels, on their Twitch. He's linking that to staying positive about Genshin Impact. He's linking those two. And I don't know if that link is valid. I don't know if maybe it is if you entirely create a foundation of your channel, of your stream that's always positive about Genshin. If that link breaks, it's a mystery box on whether or not you're gonna either gain viewership or lose viewership. I don't know if that link is valid. On a side note, I have been absorbing so much lobotomy. Stop lobotomy, Kaizen. No. Recently, I think that I'm gonna have a brain rot. Jeez, dude. I think this is like... Hold up. I think this is my favorite lobotomy Kaizen. It's just Jujutsu Kaisen, a meme in general. Muscle Man. Hollow Purple. This is my favorite freaking...
Do you know who else is the honor?
No, it's just this one, I think, right?
Imaginary technique. Purple.
That's my favorite meme. That is my favorite meme in the entirety of Jujutsu Kaisen. Imaginary technique. So good. So good. I love it. Oh my gosh. Ah, man. My fave is as the strongest cursed Joe goat. Fuck. Hold up. Lobotomy Kaisen.
Sukuna regained all his power, he might cause me a little trouble.
But would you lose?
Nah, I'd win. Fuck. I think this is, but I think we're getting into some interesting juice here right after this. Again, link, I don't know if it's valid. I'm not into the content creation space or even Genshin space for that matter to know if that being positive and successive channel is linked. I don't know. If it is, then fine, sure, but I don't think so. As someone whose livelihood was saved off the backs of Miz and OTK, you should know better than to go after their livelihood. I think that's completely invalid, and I don't think you have the right to assume that their livelihood was saved off the backs of Miz and OTK. In fact, I know it wasn't because I watched Tectone before that. He signed up with OTK, and he was definitely successful before then. I mean, he's speaking openly that he owed OTK like $1 million to move in. And that's a huge commitment. So I don't think they're valid in saying that, but I feel like, again, this is a situation where they're in the spur of the moment and they need to, and they say things that kind of stray off from their point. But in Tecton's response, he goes off on this for so long. And I'm like, sure, you could say that he's... This is the case with it whenever you're talking with someone on the internet, or even just anyone, like, remotely. You say, like, they can say things in the spur of the moment, but that they're trying to convey something else. They're trying to convey something else. And if you can hump over that, ignore it. Unless you have constant road bumps that you have to go over, like, it's fine to just go over like one or two statements and just be like, all right, we're going to ignore that and go back to what you were saying before, and we're going to continue talking about that because we both know that this is completely irrelevant to what you're saying. You can make a different example and this entire conversation would be fine. Different example, we'd all be happy and dandy. You could say that your success was off the back of the game Genshin Impact. You grew so much out of that, and people were hesitant, and you were probably hesitant on getting away from Genshin Impact, and other people can't make that leap. So it's tough for people to do that. And you can't judge someone because they can't make that decision. You can advise them to do it, but I don't think that's really valid in saying that. I don't think it's valid in saying that your livelihood was off the backs of an organization. I don't think so. You could chill out. And then he makes a little... At the end of the day, Genshin content creators have voiced their complaints over the years, but you neglected that. Cherry pick and build this false narrative that they're faking enjoyment of the game because it is tied to their livelihoods. Let's push for change without slandering others. And let's face it, he did go after Enviosity. It was completely unfounded. You don't need to dig into someone with a super long-ass tweet in response to them saying, why are you going at me because I'm not free to play? Because I'm free to play. The best way you can go against them is by not spending any money on the game. You can easily make an easy reply saying that, not saying that they're fake or anything, just say flat out, it would help a lot if you made a video on this. It would help a lot. That would be it. That's all you need to say. But if we go over, I'm sure he's already finished his video on this. Oh no, I'm getting so many freaking lobotomy Kaisen memes now. I got canceled my full response. Back from a
very spiritual.
I think I summarized his points pretty well. But once he gets to the OTK and Miz part, that's where I start having an issue with him.
For the biggest CCs that games, and I also think Gotcha Smack is doing a fine job as well. I think Mr. Pokey is also doing another.
Making examples to counterpoints.
But then you call them hypocrites.
I mean, like, I don't think all of what this guy says, Fob. I don't think all of what this guy said is true in any sense. But like, I don't think you should really grill the guy like he is here. This is a freaking 29-minute video.
Keep their livelihood intact. We'll address that in a second. As someone whose livelihood was saved off the backs, of Miz and OTK, you should know better than to go for their livelihood. Now, this comment is the point where,
well, like, he thinks like he knows what they're saying. Like he thinks he knows like how like Tectone's like channel grew or something like that. And for all I know, this could be like a genuine assumption. It's like maybe like you're going downhill and then maybe you were kickstarted from joining OTK or whatever. Maybe that was the case. And then you did like a super long live stream that like saved your channel or whatever. maybe that was like a genuine thought that he may have thought that was like actually what happened, and maybe that wasn't. But now he's about to grill him so
Fair.
hard.
I hit the nah, I'm good button. After saying this, there is no more reason to be cordial. After this, the line's drawn. The message is received. Loud and clear. Fob, I think you're a very small man. I think you're a very small, very confused little man, and it's a shame that you actually buy into this garbage. Here's a great thing, Fob.
And now we're gonna go fast forward just to get the energy, just to get the vibe off of it, because you'll notice here that there's a chat here. There's a chat here that says a lot of things. Tear the bitch apart. Ain't no fucking way he gonna drag OTK. Omega lol. And now it's time for him to berate a content creator because he said something in the spur of the moment. Here we go.
There's this site called twitchtracker.com. Check it out for yourself if you'd like. When I joined OTK, do you think my analytics went up? Nope. Absolutely not. My analytics went down. I had to rebuild myself from scratch, and I did it by myself. How many YouTube videos have I made with other OTK members? 1, 2, shit, maybe even 5. But to imply that my livelihood was saved off of the backs of Miz and OTK, what an absolute idiotic statement made by a very, very small, miserable man. Truly is a shame.
Now, I am used to this. I am used to this a lot, especially in high school, especially in junior high, where I'm on the part of the basketball team and saying your opinion on how we should play is completely invalid because you suck at the game. You are small. You're not aggressive enough. You make no commitments to the team. Saying that you are a small man or puny man, if you say it enough times, it grabs at you. It might be the most stupid fucking statement of all time, but if you say it enough, it bugs them. It bugs them a lot. It's bugged me a lot. And if you poke the bear long enough, they're going to say something outrageous, and you're going to use that. You're going to utilize that to keep saying that they're small, keep saying that they're not good, that saying that they don't deserve an audience, saying that they're fake, saying that they're whatever the fuck. You're going to keep saying that.
That you think that. Now, I'm going to blow your mind here. Did I ask to join OTK? Go ahead. Ask to join OTK. See what they say. Absolutely not. I got reached out to by Asma Golden Tips, and they said, we would like you to join. Did I ask Ms. Kiff for money? Nope. He offered it.
Not what he's saying,
took it.
but I
You know
don't
what
care.
I paid him back 8 months later. 8 months later, I made $2.3 million in a year because I was $1.1 million in debt. Made all that money by myself. Made $460,000 during a subathon. Was that from Ms. and OTK? No, sir. Absolutely not. That was a small, disingenuous, petty little shot that you
What he said is fine. Yeah.
think would cut deep. And to be fair, you have surprised me. You have surprised me by how small and how
It did cut deep based on how you're replying to this.
stupid you are. But to make a comment like that, man, you must really have an issue with me. And what's even weirder is that being told
But
wanna
you
get in the car
proved
with
your
me,
point.
I don't
You're
give a fuck about you. Why the
He's
fuck would I
wrong.
do that to someone who's going to disrespect me like that shit so directly? From a dude who I tried to help. That's what's insane. I invite to game show, podcast, even to hang out offline. Insane. What a two-faced mother comment that shit is. And to be honest, you got me, man. You got me. I am surprised by how stupid you are. So I would love for you to demonstrate. Show me. How did
And now there were 7,000 people in his chat. Now that he said this, 7,000 people are no longer going to watch this guy. 7,000 people are no longer going to watch Fob because he said one thing in the spur of the moment. Not going to talk. Now he's said right then and there that he is able to contact with him. He's not going to ask for an apology. No, instead he's going to grill him constantly with this negative attitude, constantly, all the time. And I said, and I am going to put out my comment here. This is very, very much the case. Love how Tekatone refuses to watch this video because it's too long. He said it after this video. I assume I assume this video doesn't include the part where he says afterwards that this is a very real criticism that M-Tash makes, saying that you provoke people a lot, and it's a lot. You gotta be a lot more calm and not convey something to your audience to the point where they will constantly berate and attack someone. Because you yourself may not berate and attack them too aggressively. in your scale, but if you convey an emotion to your audience, they might do so because there are idiots in your viewers, within your viewers. I love how Tectone refuses to watch this video because it's too long, and ignoring any helpful criticism because he loves to farm drama. He refuses to engage in a nuanced conversation with Fob and paint him as evil or stupid. Why does he continue to farm drama? For money? Obviously not, because he said it's not that. One of the only genuine things he does answer. He said this after his freaking tirade on this guy's tweet. It's just after this entire video on the stream, I watched him. And he says that he doesn't do it for the money. He doesn't do content creation for the money. He said that. Doesn't say why he does it. I assume it's because it's fun. He has enough money right now to retire, so that would make no sense. The reason is because he enjoys talking about drama. Calling someone little bro excessively to the point the person he's calling out gets mad enough to call him out in a fit of rage. Then Tectone looks at that fit, continues to rage bait and to get other people empathetic or nuanced people involved, makes them mad too, and then gets them having a fit as well. This is a constant thing that I always see Tectone doing. This has happened multiple times. It happened with Soul. It happened with freaking... It hasn't happened with Solo, but it happened with... there was like this duo Genshin content creator thing where he constantly trolled them, constantly called them stupid or whatever, and it got them mad to a point where they attacked them. Hello, finally catch stream? Hello there. Then Tectone looks at that fit, continues to rage bait to get other empathetic or nuanced people involved, gets them mad too, and makes them mad too, and gets them having a fit as well. It's like, hey, little bro, little bro, little bro, little bro, little bro, little bro, little man, little man, little man, little man. Meanwhile, he acts super calm, acting like an authority figure in front of another stupid person because it's fun. TLDR, anything that's nuanced, he disregards as too long, even if it's a friend giving helpful advice. All to continue farming drama. The cycle continues. And you can see this in his channel. So much drama. My disappointment is
Short
immeasurable.
video. Yo, guys watching this at YouTube, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you like it. I'm going to give $100 over on twitch.tv/Tectone. Genshin, how Genshin needs work, are most likely already hype-beasting back on YouTube and hype-beasting back on Twitter, talking about how good 4.4 is and how Zenyon.
More drama, but not specifically towards a different person. We already saw that. That's drama. Silencing creators who speak out. I will not be playing 4.4. Addressing the Genshin Impact community. There's a lot of drama. That was especially the case when the Soul shit was around. He always capitalized on drama to a fucking huge degree, and it was annoying. It was very annoying. Not once did they have a genuine conversation where they could settle things out. It was always one person either trolling the other, and it never ended. Never. Constantly baiting to get the other person mad so they can make a response. Constantly. It was constantly back and forth. Why do I have 4 replies here? Good summary of that red flag behavior. If he paints himself as a hated martyr, he never has to take responsibility for what he does. Even if he paints himself as a messiah, he is always correct. If he paints himself as an entertainer, it's your fault for taking him seriously. If he paints himself as a content creator, he's just doing his job. He seems very self-aware, but also conflicted. He can seem barely within his own hall. He could be seen barely within his own hall of mirrors. Agree with him there. It's very much the case. He makes genuine points, but then completely disregards everything that he said later and just continues to cause trauma, constantly poking the bear constantly. It's like, hey, I make fun of these Genshin content creators all the time. Let me reply again to this guy. Okay. They want nothing to do with you, bro. Stop talking to them. Or you can point it out, but don't be too freaking aggressive about it. Because obviously they don't want to talk to you because of how aggressive you are. He refuses to watch this 18-minute video because it's too long, only to immediately go and watch a 30-minute video of some random HSR drama because it gives him an excuse to trash on Dreamy, a content creator he hates due to past drama during his Arknights days. Oh my gosh. I didn't even watch this part of the stream. Actually, I think I did. Wait, that's so true. I didn't watch, like, I tuned back in to see if he was talking about the Twitter drama still, but he was talking about this random dude named Dreamy still. Oh my gosh, the drama farm is going to be insane. His next video is going to be about that. Not MTash, the Tectones. Fucking hell. It's so obvious he's full of it, and despite ignoring all nuance to continue his complete polarization of the discussion so he can continue drama farming, he has the gall to lecture people on his very same Twitch stream today about the concept of nuance after pulling up the dictionary definition of the word. He's been outspokenly trashing and full on insulting Envy, Dish, Zajev, Atsu, Zyox, and now Fob on his stream for the past several days. That's his real motivation besides the views and money from milking the content. It's the perfect excuse to harass Genshin content creators he hates so much for ostracizing him years ago due to his constant drama baiting. Knowing very well his viewers will stir up drama. I've agreed with I agree with all this so far, and harass them themselves, which just cycles back to him as he gets more content to farm when his viewers successfully bait a response from the aforementioned. All the while, Tectone tries to spout off that he's not responsible for his audience attacking people, despite 100% despite that 100% being his intention, especially for MV, Atsu, and Zajev. He literally never tells his chat to stop when they are spouting foul, venomous things about his creators. And you can see it. You can see it in any of his freaking drama videos. Like, let me just...
OTK make me. Oh, let's think. Maybe it was from that...
Let me just pause here. A big man tries to always be good, always not belittle them immediately. That makes you as little and as stupid as a person criticizing you. Wow, that's actually... Okay, actually normal-ass comment there. Facts, once you disrespect someone, it's fuck you forever. No call.
That must have been an OTK event. Oh, wait, I ran that by myself. Oh,
I'm sorry, most of his chat's emotes. It's actually difficult to find something. It's on Twitter. It's on about Bob's tweet. Damn, this is actually very disappointing. And just like that, someone who was a fan of Fob is now no longer a fan of Fob. Jeez, and it gets like drama 24/7. People are, and this is a joke. He always talks about how he's in drama 24/7. That's usually because he baits it, but whatever. I know his drama between Zajev, Atsu, and Zyox, but Dish, when did that happen? I don't watch Tectone streams as I personally don't like him, but if you look under Fob's call out tweet, and Dish actually makes a comment about Tectone too. I'm so surprised as if you get someone like Dish upset. Like, wow. Yeah, she's actually like normal. She's actually a normal person. Like,
and he
weird.
mentions it
Yep. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's freaking weird. Anyway, what's next on the to-do list? There's other drama stuff in Genshin, but like Tectone's an entertaining guy. I just wouldn't recommend watching him for a nuanced take. Recommend watching him for entertaining videos, not for a nuanced take, unless you hear him out and agree with what he says. But typically, you have to always take what he says with a grain of salt. Usually. What is this? Want to continue Vicky 3? No thanks. Not right now. Got a DM from someone. Yeah. And the last thing on my to-do list is... Let me go here. Let me look at the thread here. Genshin community is on fire. Talked about that. Mushoku is dead. Yeah. I don't know, man. Mushoku is dead. I don't know what else to say, man. It's a dead topic. It's a dead anime. No one wants to talk about it anymore. It's sad. It's sad. And it's about to die. You know why? Because the series finished. And redundancy is too bad for people to actually continue talking about it. So even the light novel side, no one's going to talk about it anymore. This is a very short part of the whole conversation. Mushoku is dead. And I'm going to try my best to make videos on it. But when there's not much discussion on it, either in Reddit or on the Discord, usually when people are on the Discord, they're talking about one of three things. Who's best girl? I've already been on this discussion long enough and nothing really phases me. It's a question about someone who's currently reading the novel and is asking a genuine question about the lore, which usually is what Discords and Reddits are for. Or three, they're talking about a different topic altogether. No one's analyzing anything. No one's really like looking back on how things were. Only really to help their waifu debate. And it's really weird. Very weird. It's going to be dead until season 2 comes back airing. And then once season 2 finishes, it's dead again. And I'm getting bored of it. I'm getting a little bored. Now, will I be making episode reviews? Probably not. Once season 2 comes back. Probably not until the Norn episode will I ever make a video on the actual anime season. I don't think I will, unless I am really intrigued enough to make a video on it. Until that Norn shit happens, until they start adapting Volume 11, I don't think there's really any point in talking about it. Unless I, again, just make constant reviews about it. But will there be much to meme before then, though? I feel like there's enough content in Volume 10 to meme on. Maybe. But regarding how much I'm going to be uploading on Mushoku Tensei, it's obvious that it's not the case. And when my channel is very focused on one particular series, similar to the Genshin shit, it's very tough to deviate from it. That's what tomorrow's stream is going to be about. It's going to be me playing Persona 3 Reload. And I'll make videos, edited, cropped down videos of the stream. And we'll see if you guys enjoy it. We'll see if you guys enjoy it. It's tough. It's tough when I make a video over the course of a few months and it doesn't get too much traction, too much engagement. I can't really... It sucks. It sucks when you make something expecting a lot of people talking about it and a lot of feedback. You don't get much from it. Stuff. But am I happy with the video I made earlier? Yeah. It just sucks that in something that I made in a few hours does way better than that in terms of time put into it versus output. 4-minute video does decently well for what I expected. And then took 2 hours to make. Recording and editing and everything. And then Sylphie's Best Girl took forever to make. And did well, but not as well as I expected. And looking back on the video, I can understand why. It's not really the most engaging shit, but I feel like it'll help with whenever someone ever tries to freaking say, "Oh, Sylphie not best girl." It's just like, bro, I am so tired of this conversation. Just point to the freaking video. I don't care. Just point to the video on why I think the Sylphie's story arc is the best out of all of them. There you go. Might change my mind once the Eris and Roxy shit gets adapted, but there you go. It's tough. It's tough when your channel's built around a certain series. It's tough. Can't really deviate too much from it. Again, that's what I'm going to try to do tomorrow. Man. Oh, man. I think that's everything. I think that was the last topic. So I'm going to keep this stream public until I start my Persona 3 stream tomorrow. But yeah, just as like a notice for people who are into that stuff, into Persona 3 and want to watch me play it, just big notice that says big stream tomorrow. There you go, you know, it's kind of all there. So yeah, I think that'll be it. Be sure to join me tomorrow if you want to watch me play it. And that's it. See you guys.